What is going on, guys? As you know, that it's been a couple weeks since I've done a castle video. I've really been waiting on enough pieces to kind of show true progression to y'all, and it's finally here. I really want to wait until I got that water done, but I think I'm on order like 6 of 1,000, and I already had more pieces here, so I'm somewhere like 8 to 9,000 deep in this water, and I just had to place another 1,000 piece order because I don't have enough. I'm using like the 1x2 plates stacked on each other with tiles on top, but then there's some coming up on shore. I widened the water area so it's actually bigger, and now it wraps around more. I'll show you all that in a minute, but it has really gotten out of hand when it comes to that piece count. I think between the foliage and the water and just the size of the actual castle, I've just surpassed the pieces of the old style. The old style was somewhere around like 70 to 80,000, and I think now I'm like above 80,000 in just the castle, especially because of how big it is. Now, I did finally get that courtyard done. I was waiting on a couple more orders of the dark brown tiles to go to show where the walkways were, and when those came in, I was able to just keep snapping down those dots and get it all figured out. But it is completely done now. I will no longer have to place any more tiles on the inside of the castle. I'll never even have to take the walls down again. It is completely done. I'm hoping this next order that comes in with the water allows me to do that with the water so I can finish it off. I was really hoping to show you it next, but it is not just going to happen that way. It has really been fighting me when it comes to pieces. I like get all these cups and I'm like, heck yeah, I got 1,000 of these pieces, and I start snapping them down, and like one base plate later I'm like, I've used 1,000 pieces. That's insane. So I am really hoping to get them. I know I've got the tiles to finish it. I'm just really waiting on those plates to come in, and they should be here sometime this week and allow me to finish that. But in the meantime, I've been working on a lot of things. I did end up getting the border started, and I'm really happy with this design. I like that blue and black checkered pattern. I just kind of kept running with it from kind of the inside where the main hall is. I've got a bunch of tiles to buy. I don't have them yet. When they took the picker brick down from anything other than bestseller, it really kind of hindered me for a little bit. I've been having to just go on bestseller and buy the stuff that I've needed off of there in hopes that the picker brick's going to allow the normal stuff to come back on there soon. One of the other pieces I've been fighting with is the king's bedroom. I did order 20 of those tiles thinking it was going to be enough, and I think I'm like 10 or 15 short, so I do have more of those coming. They will be here sometime whenever this next order comes in. And the same thing with these ingots. I kind of ran out of every one I had. I really wanted to make sure I used up everything I had before I bought any more, but I got another, I think, 500 coming. That way I can finish the floor upstairs and go ahead and finish the staircase that I've created where the drawbridge will sit. Now, this drawbridge is the exact same one I used before, but there will be a little bit different. I am not opening and closing it. I've completely taken out that mechanism. The chains will be there and it'll look like it'll work, but it just won't. Before, I did a lot of work to kind of show how it would open and close, and I even put almost like a tumbler inside where you could turn it and it would open it or close it however you needed it to be done, but I just never used it. There was minifigs marching out on it, and I left it open the whole time, and I will continue to do that. So I just kind of figured it was pointless to have that mechanism in there. Just go ahead and delete it and get it out of the way. One of the other things I did was I did take lights out of the castle. The castle had tons of lights in it. There was like 60 of those little flames and then lights everywhere else. I did finish putting them kind of all over the place. I wired everything up, and I had 4 LED strips around the big stained glass piece in the middle, and when I lit it up, it just wasn't bright enough. It just didn't make anything. I just couldn't really sacrifice y'all seeing all of the wires and me being happy with the brightness and how the castle looked. So I just stopped. Now, I do have places for the wires to all be ran through. I do have all the holes in the wall still, and I am building a Clone Wars MOC next. Now, with that Clone Wars MOC, I will be taking more into consideration. I do have another company that's going to be working with me, and I will be putting there a lot of different lights in there. But I find that a little bit easier to do just for the simple fact that you are talking about a castle, which really has nothing but flames to begin with anyway, and it just really got out of hand with those wires. I was so tired of trying to hide them. They just weren't cooperating, and as I know now, the company I was working with just wasn't as easy to work with when it comes to big scale stuff like this as some of the other companies that are out there. So I will be switching those in the process of that. I have made some friends, so I hope that Probably won't be the castle like I said, but for sure the Clone Wars MOC will have all the lights. One of the other things with the Pick-a-Brick not being online that really hindered me without it not being a bestseller was the fact that I was about to purchase 100 more Black Falcons, and it canceled. It wouldn't let me put the purchase through, so I am having to wait. With that being said, I do have enough Brick Warrior stuff to kind of keep going with the army, so the next video you see will be nothing but the army. I'm going to be showing those Brick Warriors products and just kind of switching everything over. Now there will be normal Lego, but it's just like in this clone MOC that I'm doing, I'll be continuing to switch a lot of stuff over to kind of different brands and stuff like that, just because I want it to stand out. I don't want it to look just pure Lego. I know that's going to be really something that the purists hate to hear, but there's only so much you can do with Lego stuff, and I'm really wanting to expand my horizon and show different kind of details and stuff like that. I mean, look at the stained glass. The stained glass really gives my castle a whole nother look that just wasn't there before. Starting along here, you can see that all the water ended up getting done. I got it all the way actually around the corner and around to the bridge. The bridge is a little bit different. This is what I was talking about before. I kind of got rid of the kind of up and down movement of it and kind of made it stationary. I will have to go back and add tons of detail to the stairs just to kind of get them to match, but you gotta kind of find the idea of where you want to start before you do all the detail. I will be putting someone in the boat, and then over here we do have a scene with the fisherman catching a fish. I did add tons of foliage. This is what I was talking about, all over the sides of it. I'm not too sure kind of what I want to do in the front. The front is pretty plain. I do want to keep adding more to it, but I also wanted it to be a little more realistic and add some plants and some colors. Now wrapping around to this side, you can continue to see that I did the same thing with all the vines and all the ivy and plants and stuff. I just kind of continued around to this corner and wanted it to crawl up the side of the castle here too. Now up here, I will be continuing to add some levels, and that'll be like the giant tower, but I have not got anywhere near to finishing it yet. I will need to create the second floor first. Now as all this, I did continue to keep moving through here. I do need to put the border up, but this is kind of where I ran out. I need to finish this room and this, and then of course I'll be kind of doing the same type design over on the staircase going down. But as you can see on the staircase, it does have design going all the way around. It's got some arches, and I think it looks a lot better than it did before with that rock wall. Now here is kind of where I ran out from the water. The water will continue to wrap around all of this way, and then there'll actually be a water wheel here. That's kind of why I've left that blank. The house will be put right here. It'll be one that's just snapped down on 2 base plates, but I got to get the base plate created, get the house created, and kind of move forward with that first. Now, as far as the courtyard goes, it is done. Like I said, there is literally cobblestone all the way down to the sides. Now, I will continue to come in and like under that red and white awning, I will be adding, of course, some different vegetables and stuff to kind of sell things, kind of show a little vendor. And then the blacksmiths will be out there working, and then there'll be some stuff going along with the gallows along here. Now down here in the gem mine and the dungeon, I did add tons of these little studs to kind of show rock detail, and I think that adds a lot more look to it. Like I said, it makes it look more detailed. I still have to put some people in prison, but you kind of get the idea with there. Now as you get back here, you can really kind of see the size difference from the castle, especially to how it was before. It is a lot bigger. I think when I add that second floor in the tower, it's just really going to show just tremendously how big this thing is. I really wish I knew how many pieces were in it exactly, because I think that I might be selling myself short by saying 80,000, but I also don't want to tell you that it's 100,000 and it'd be like 50,000. So I'm just hitting it somewhere in the middle. I'm going to guess somewhere around 75 to 80,000, and I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. I do need to go get about 16 more base plates to finish the mills area out front to know where I want to put these buildings. I've already built 2 of the buildings that are going to go out there, but I really want to knock that farmhouse out first. I want to put all those plants, I want to get all that little detail set out, and I want to be done with it. So hopefully by next video you will see that water done. You will see the next level or the next floor kind of started at least, because I don't think that it'll be done. I don't think I have enough of these to finish it, but I do know I have enough to start it and at least have the bottom floor done. That way I can start building the walls and all all I have to do is get more of these for the roof. Yes, I really hope y'all are liking the way that this looks. I'm so happy with the way it turned out versus the old castle. Y'all know this. I've said this like 1,000 times, but I hope you do too. So if you do, don't forget, hit that like button, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you would like to do anything or add anything. One of the things I am looking for is sig figs. I want to add sig figs in the army. I do have a couple sig figs now, and what I'm going to be doing with those is putting those in charge of their own squads in the army, and that video will be coming out next week, so look out for that. And don't forget, there's always another way you can support the channel, by becoming a member. One of the things I do every month, the last Wednesday when I do a live stream, is do some giveaways. I did do a live stream for that 2,000 subscriber mark where I gave a whole bunch of stuff away, so let's go ahead and hit that 3,000 subscriber mark so I can give some better prizes away and get more people interested. So don't forget, like this, share this, put this out there. Let's make that 3,000 mark soon. And don't forget to keep the lookout for these digital build videos that I have coming out. Everybody wanted to see me kind of doing some behind the scenes. I put a community post out that asked if they wanted to see me digitally build my next kind of mock ideas online, and everyone said yes. So I do have some videos of that coming out to show even more video content coming to the channel. But thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting. Don't forget also that if you have mocks that you want to showcase, send me some info about them, because I am going over stuff like that on my live stream now. But thanks for watching. Peace.